And welcome, this is Miami CO, Indiana. Today going to do a short video on why I prefer a water trap vacuum over the dry style vacuum. The blue vacuum you see there is a dry vacuum that uses a canister or dirt cup. Some use bags, most now do use the dirt cup. And the gold vacuum is a upright water trap vacuum. And I'm going to tell you the preferences of why I prefer using water trap vacuums. If this is your first time to my channel, if you like the content, I do appreciate a thumbs up. And if you'd like to subscribe to get more content, I appreciate that as well. Been here before? Welcome back. So let's get on with the video. So why do I prefer using this style vacuum that uses water as its filter? There's the water tank right there, you can see. And that's how you vacuum with this vacuum, is you just fill it with water up to the max line, which is 1 quart. And everything you pick up goes into the water, and you just discard the water when you're done. This is what most people use though, the dry type vacuums that use either bags or dirt cups like this one. I will tell you why I prefer using water trap over the dry. No matter what style you have, it's pretty much the same. Air goes in the bottom here, goes up through the machine, and then the dirt is deposited into the dirt cup right there. Well, let's get this out and investigate. So after you're done vacuuming, you just go to the trash and empty your dirt cup. But no matter how good you seem to shake it around, there always seems to be some debris left. Also, since it is dry, it's going to be able to fly through the air, so as you're emptying it, some of the particles most likely are coming back into the air. But that's not the real problem. Let's look under this. This is what you get to next. If you have a dry vacuum cleaner, you'll know what I mean. It's the filters behind or after your bag or after your dirt cup. And just look how they get. And don't think I don't clean these, I did. I didn't clean them every time, obviously, but that's how they get after a very short time. And this is an outer filter here. This is an outer one. You pull that off, and I don't even want to pull it off because dirt's going to fly. There's a filter under it. So there's actually 2 filters here. But we're not done yet. After it passes through the canister and those 2 filters, look what we have here. It's even so dirty it's hard to get. Oh gosh, it's caked with dirt. Look at this. Filter number 3. Yep. Well, it goes on, so the air continues down. And here's the exhaust right here. Guess what we have? Well, you probably guessed it, right? If you have one of these vacuums, you know. If I can do this one-handed, well, I did. Well, here's filter number 4. Notice that all 4 filters are dirty. If you have filters after your bag or after, in this case, the dirt canister or dirt cup, the manufacturer guarantees you one thing, that their vacuum leaks dirt. You wouldn't need a filter if the canister caught all the dirt in here. You wouldn't need a filter behind it, but you do because the canister cannot hold all the fine particles, so they go into the filter. Into the next filter, that one leaks too. Into the next filter, all 3 of those leak too. Into a 4th filter. You don't think it's not leaking? I'm sure it is. We got plenty of dirt on this one too. So I'm telling you, when you use the machine, some of the dirt, you can even see the dirt on that, is leaking right back into your home that you're trying to clean. That's why I really don't like the dry method. It's very hard to control dry dirt. Think of it driving down a gravel road on a hot summer day. Look in the rearview mirror, there's a dust cloud behind you. Go down the same road after it rains, there is no dust cloud. Because water can trap the dirt and hold the dirt. Once it goes in water, It stays in there and doesn't go out. That's why you don't need any additional filters when you use a water trap vacuum, because it doesn't leak. So there's problem number one. The dry vacuums are messy and leaky. But there's another problem, is clogging. When these filters start getting clogged, that one's starting to get clogged. I think this is the best illustration on this one. You can definitely say that one's starting to get clogged. When they clog, it restricts airflow, which means not as much air can escape the machine, so not as much air can enter the machine. So your airflow is greatly reduced when your filters get dirty like these are, and the machine becomes less and less efficient. It just can't pull the air through to pull the dirt in anymore. You ever notice if you use a dry vacuum, they work much better when all the filters are clean and your dirt cup is empty. That's when they work the best. It's because all the filters are clean and the air can pass right through. But once the filters start collecting dirt, airflow goes down, cleaning efficiency also declines. With water trap vacuums, it's 100% efficiency when you start sweeping and when you finish sweeping, because there's nothing to clog. Water doesn't have holes. It collects the dirt, the air goes still through, and you're good until this would turn to a solid mass. And you'd have to have a very dirty environment for that to happen. So that's why I just love water trap vacuums. You have to have good airflow to pick up the dirt. Water trap vacuums have 100% efficiency on their airflow. The first time you use it, the 10th time you use it, the 100th time, and the 1000th time you use it. It still works just like it did when you got it, as long as everything's working correctly on it. Dry type vacuums, the first push on your carpet and the filters start getting clogged, the cleaning efficiency will drop. You've got to have airflow to move dirt from where you don't want it to where you do want it in the machine. Because so many people get confused and they look for a sweeper and they say, well, there's one thing it has to have. Now, it has to have this or I don't want it. It has to have good suction. To let you know, my friends, that suction is an absence of air, and suction won't do you any good cleaning. You have to have airflow to move dirt from where you don't want it, in your rug, or on your table, whatever you're cleaning, to take it from there to drive it into the machine. You must have airflow. If suction worked, I'll tell you what you could use. There. Now that has good suction. I can already get it off the table. You think you could do much cleaning with that? It has good suction, but it has no airflow, so it's absolutely worthless on cleaning. So if you want a good cleaner, make sure you get one with good airflow. And if you want the airflow to last, I suggest you get water trap vacuum. There's many of them on the market. You can get canister types. This is the only upright that I know of. There may be more on the market now. This is the Quantum-X. But I'm telling you, I really think you'll notice a big difference in your house if you switch from dry type vacuums with these kind of issues, which aren't fun to clean, versus the water trap vacuum that you have one thing to do: empty the water out when you're done. You want a new filter? Go to the tap and put a quart of water in. You're all set to go. So let me ask you what you think. What kind of vacuum do you use? Do you have one that you think is superior? Really always curious to know what other people use. Do you use water trap? Do you use dry? And what type do you use? So I just wanted to bring you this short video on why I think water trap vacuums are a lot better than the dry type vacuums. I want to thank you for joining me again today. As always, thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. I would appreciate it. It really helps my channel. I hope you have a great day, and thanks for tuning in. So long, everyone.